Hello, collective. Hi. Thank you so much for being here with me. This is Read the Signs with Roxy. We're going to be jumping into the water signs today. Jumping into Cancer. Hello, Cancer. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that this video reaches you. Good health. Such a beautiful day here. Okay, here we go. Jumping into the Cancer reading. Cancer, the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. Sun card, and then it's Three of Pentacles. Okay. Angels, ancestors, guides, Mother Gaia, higher power, please. Any signs, any symbols, any advice, any guidance. You know, actually, I think I might do this a little differently. I actually saw a video where, I can't remember her name, but she was reading in a way of like, what is keeping, what is keeping Cancer stuck? And so, I think I want to go ahead and try and word it that way, because, maybe advice might be a little bit too broad. So let's go ahead and tune into, what do you need to release? What is keeping you more specifically stuck? Okay, Cancer, because we are in the eclipse season. I think it's a window of about, I've heard 2 weeks, but really it's about 6 months from now. Okay, so let's go ahead and ask for what is more specifically, what is keeping you from your release? What's keeping you from moving on? Okay, what's keeping you tied to the reality that that is not your greater good? Let's see. Let's see who's coming through for Cancer, please. What's keeping Cancer stuck? What is keeping Cancer stuck? Please. Your fire is burning so beautifully, by the way. I love it. Like, I feel like this flame is like trying to reach out to me. Do you see how it's like beautiful? This little funnel, it's like turning. Yeah, change. Change is here. Alright, Cancer, here we go. Jumping in. For Cancer, please. What is keeping Cancer stuck? For Cancer. Alright, so we have Justice card coming out. Justice as you in the situation. And usually I pull a Celtic cross. I've been kind of experimenting with different spreads. So I'm going to try and we'll pull one card at a time and we'll see what comes through, okay? So Cancer, with this Justice card, this is Libra season, okay? This is Libra. This is asking for balance, okay? And I think that we often complicate things when we think about, creating balance in our lives, and that it can be way more intuitive than, having all these habits and having all these, routines and practices, because yes, there are people that thrive off of that, but I think when you're different, sometimes you're built differently, and I think that Cancer, you just might be a little bit different, and if you find yourself trying to fit your dynamic in a box, you might be doing a little bit of an injustice to yourself. So remember that justice looks different for everyone, okay? Balance looks different for everyone. And look at the next card that comes out. Cancer. So, let's scooch back here. The smoke. Ooh. I remember that I did a reading at one point. I did it like down here. I remember like trying to lay down and do the reading because there was so much smoke. That's hilarious. Okay, so again, look at this. Look at these energies that are coming through, right? So justice, the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Three of Wands. So it's I feel like it's asking you to ground rather than feel this like sporadic energy of like, oh, what should I do? What is balance? What is justice? What is, what is, look at this. It's like, it's almost like you can get a little bit stuck when it comes to, hold on, look at this. The Two of Wands in the reverse. So in the bottom of the deck, okay, let me just pull these because I feel like, I leave my door a little bit unhinged so that my cat can come out if he wants, and he always comes out during your reading, Cancer. He loves you. Anyway, so the next card we have is the Four of Pentacles. Okay, Four of Pentacles. And again, it's like there's this feeling of possibly what you imagine that you're supposed to be like, what you imagine stabilized energy, and it's saying that that could possibly be keeping you a little bit stuck, a little bit stagnant. So release that, because you have the Four of Cups here as well in the reverse. Okay, and then the Devil card came out. So Cancer, there's what's keeping you stuck, certain addictions, certain patterns that no longer serve you. And it's definitely something about comfort, something about you thinking that that's something that you need in your life when you really don't need it. Okay, and it can be these choices, this practice, where you're like, oh, I have to have a routine, I have to have a practice, I have to have like certain habitual things in line, or else I'm not balanced. And that could be causing you to hold on a little bit too tight, maybe like some kind of framework that you imagine that, that you're imposing on yourself, okay? Like almost like a glass ceiling that you're like thinking that you need, okay? Yeah. It's like you're clinging to that safety. All right, let's pull a couple more cards here for you, Cancer. I hope that this reading is helpful. If it is, please make sure to like and subscribe. It would really help the channel. I'm not sure that anyone sees my videos sometimes. For Cancer, please. I'm like being really called. Like I feel like I've seen ashes so many times in my life, but for some reason, these ashes, the way that they're so white, it's like this kind of like purity, and that could also be something that is keeping you a little bit stuck or a little bit like fighting yourself, is because maybe this idea of purity or this idea of goodness, like it could be you, right? Okay, I do feel like it could be you, like the way that you're like, you could be looking a little bit down on yourself when it comes to things that are very human. You just, it's like you're forgetting that happiness, in the end, you just want happiness, you just want love, you just want to be accepted. Oh my god, my kitty's smelling Buddha. Oh my goodness, I can't, he's the cutest. He just sat down with Buddha. I was just, oh my goodness, Cancer. I was just thinking about how beautiful even the energy of Buddha is. And if you don't know who Buddha is, if you've never read into his story, it's a beautiful story. But it's just about him wanting to overcome the kind of suffering or the kind of desires that we have in this life. And it's funny because I feel like, look at this bottom of the deck. I feel like there's a feeling in you that you just want what's fair, and there could be parts of you, or maybe something that happened to you when you were growing up, that believe that you couldn't, that there was a little bit, that you should have a little bit of shame for that there was a selfishness attached to that. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So don't try not to. Okay, I'm not going to say don't do anything, but try not to get too caught up in the idea of perfection or the idea of like this perfect balance, because regardless of whether or not it's like, it's almost like, you can be in balance with this Two of Pentacles, or you can be stuck with this Four of Pentacles. So it's almost as though Spirit's saying, find the balance in between that. Find the balance within your seeking a balance. It's like, don't get too carried away about either concept. It's like, just try and stay in flow. Okay, that's the message that I'm getting here. Look at the moon. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull a healing card for you, and then we'll wrap this up. Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in with me. Thank you for being here with me out in nature, me and my kura. All right, see, healing deck. Wow, I barely. Okay. Whatever is exposed to the light itself becomes the light. Invoke divine light to shine within you and reach into your shadow areas. Allow the healing power of this light to dissolve all that wounds your spirit, and so restores your health. Wow. And I feel like this is like saying that you don't know that you could possibly be a lighthouse to someone, that you don't realize that in your darkness, or in your struggles, or in your ways of in your darkest moments where you're like, oh my god, how can I stop doing this thing? Like, I have such a bad habit of doing this thing. I always do this thing, and how can I ever be good? And then there's someone else, looking at you thinking like, wow, if only I could choose a higher path the way that they are. I wish that, if only I even had, one of the pentacles that she had or they have. It's like, it's asking you to bring awareness to the balance that you currently have, okay? And also giving yourself some kind of credit or some kind of awareness of all of the things that you've had to say no to in order to be where you are. And that way you're able to take full accountability when you move forward into this new reality, okay? Into the new cycle that's asking to be honored, okay? All right, Cancer. Thank you so much for being here with me. I hope that this reading helped. If it did, please make sure to like and subscribe. Maybe comment down below. I love you guys. Peace.